All right, good morning everyone. You're very welcome to a new unit yet again. The official name for this unit, which I like to refer to as Revit, is CPP BDN 4004, set up BIM, B-I-M, capable software for files for building design and drafting projects. So quite a mouthful, we'll just call it Revit. But that's the official title, and I should possibly write up the unit code up here and make sure everybody knows where we are at. You will see some files I've shared with you on the portal this morning, and the file is called, the unit number, the CPP BDN 4004, and I believe I did just write Revit. So what's Revit? What are we going to be doing?
3D.
Sorry?
3D.
3D modelling, drawing, drafting, what we're here to learn. So yes, you're all quite aware that we've been using CAD, 2D AutoCAD, over the last couple of weeks. So Revit is the next step, I suppose, in the progression into 3D building modelling, and we'll talk a bit more about that over the course of the unit. But first and foremost this morning, I'd really like to introduce our guest lecturer, our industry expert in Revit. This is Chris Ferreira, and so Chris has lots of experience, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm just on short notice and help out with the course until permanent arrives. But so I've got a lot of experience in architectural drafting. So I've been doing house design, I guess, for about 20 years or so. And during that time, I've used several different types of drawing, with AutoCAD and generic CAD, two-dimensional stuff. But then gradually over the years, I've gone into three-dimensional. I use Microsoft Build and then ArchiCAD, and now I use Revit. I used that for about 5 years. It seems to be becoming the industry standard. More and more people are using it. So you're pretty safe if you learn that. It's probably going to be there forever. Whereas in 20 years ago, it was like Microsoft Word processors. It was doing word processors. There was dozens of them. But now we all sort of use Microsoft Word. So hopefully Revit will be the one to use going forward forever. But having said that, the building information modeling, Revit isn't the only one that does it. ArchiCAD does it. There's SketchUp. There's several different types of packages. But Revit is an American product. By what it is, it tends to be certainly adopted in America and Australia and most other Western countries are using it. So it's the go. So I'm not too sure where we want to start.
I'm just going to go through the unit outline first, so everybody knows what the overview is of the unit. We always do this at the start of each unit. So just some information for the students. You've all got a copy of the student assessment guide, and I've asked you to print it today because we will be using it for some of our assessment tasks. So as always, you've got my contact details as the lecturer, but myself and Chris will be working on this one together. The usual assessment information I'll let you read through yourselves there. What I really want to get down to is the assessment task. So assessment task 1 is install BIM-capable software on dedicated training computer. The dedicated training computer is the computer in front of you today. It's the computer that you are training on. It's pretty straightforward. We don't have rights to install software on these computers here because ITMS here at the uni don't allow us to do anything with the computers, rightly so. We'd probably do make a really good job of messing them up. So what we do is we use a virtual desktop, and a few of you assisted me with that yesterday and just making sure that the virtual desktop was working. And so we'll be installing BIM software, Revit, onto a virtual desktop today. And that will be your assessment task 1. So Chris and I will be coming around, assisting you with that. It's a process of how we install the software, and it's just to make sure that you guys know how to do that. It's not particularly showing you how to do any drafting, it's just downloading software as you would with any other software package. However, we really need to know that you can do that. So we will be doing that this morning. And so what do we need to do that? To successfully demonstrate competency, you must install and configure BIM-capable software on your dedicated training computer. Demonstrate all critical stages of BIM-capable software installation and configuration to your assessor. Install installation and installation, is that correct? Configure page must show BIM-capable software name and version. Confirmation of successfully installed the selected product page with no error messages, and BIM-capable software started and operational, and support for software installation, interpretation, and application of software functions. So we must see you doing that, okay? And there's a tick sheet there that we'll go through today. And then we will be able to sign off on that today, hopefully, for everyone for Assessment Task 1. We don't usually get through Assessment Tasks that quickly, do we? So let's hope we can get that done today. Assessment Task 2 is very similar. Install BIM-capable software on a personal laptop or computer. And I know we had some discussion about this yesterday, that some people don't have a PC of their own, or they've already installed the software on a laptop, or for various other reasons. Can't do this. So what I'm going to say is that I need you to provide me with some evidence that you either know how to do this or have done this previously on your computer. So you have a choice here. So in previous years, students hadn't set up an Autodesk account at this stage and they hadn't downloaded Revit at home. How many of you have downloaded Revit at home? I know you have, Despina. Just Despina and Sharon. Okay, all right. How many of you have a computer at home that you can download it onto?
I've got it here.
You got it here? All the better. We can actually run through that today if you've got the computer here. So what we need to do is the same process as we're going to teach you to do this morning on the training computers in front of you. You also need to do this on your computer at home, okay? But you can't just come in and tell me that you've done it. You have to provide me with evidence that you've done it. You need to do the installation independently, but you need to give me evidence that you've done that. And in the past, the way we've done that is by you providing screenshots, step by step, a screenshot or a snip or however you want to, or you can take your phone and take a photograph of the screen if you want. But each step and each screen that goes through on the installation, you need to take and record a picture of that, and that is going to be your submission for Assessment Task 2. Are there any questions on that? David?
I don't have a computer.
You don't have a computer. Nick, I think you were the same. Correct. So you two, I will set you up on some laptops here one day, and you can do it here on some laptops in CityU, okay? Everyone else is okay to do it at home. All right? So somehow we all have to get through Assessment Task 2. For the two people who've already installed it, you've got two options. You can uninstall and reinstall. I've had issues with this in the past, so I'm not highly recommending this. I tried to uninstall Revit and reinstall Revit, and I ended up having to uninstall all of my Autodesk products to be able to do it. When the reinstall was happening, there was some sort of conflict going on and it wouldn't reinstall for me, so it took me a lot of time and patience and effort to get it all back on again. So the other thing you can do is just write out a log of the steps of installation, and then just do maybe one screenshot of your PC at home to show that it's actually installed. But you can write out, a 5-point or 10-point step-by-step of what you do. Or do it on the laptop with the guys if you want and take some screenshots. Up to you. Have a think about what you want to do. A couple of options there. All right? But first and foremost, we're just going to go through the installation now. So that is Assessment Task 2, and same thing, you just really need to install software for that one. Assessment Task 3 is to set up project template file for a Class 1 and Class 10 building project. What's a Class 1 project? House, residential. Okay. So you know that in the previous unit in AutoCAD, we set up a template file for AutoCAD. How helpful was the template file? Very. We we get that template file. It's in the background. It's our document that we open and save as a drawing every time we want to produce a new drawing. It's got our layers in there. It's got all our properties in there. So we're going to set up some template files, and really that's the essence of this unit, is just setting up template files for Revit. And so we, following on the form of other units that we do, we're going to set up a template file suitable for a class 1 and 10 building, residential, domestic construction. Then we're going to set up a second template file suitable for a high-rise residential, and then we're going to set up a template file for class 3 to 9 building, commercial style building. So we're going to set up 3 different template files in Revit, okay? In the template file itself, we're going to go through various different things that we want to set up in the template file. One of them is going to be, I suppose, one of the major components is going to be the title block. For the class 1 and 10, we're going to set up an A3 size horizontal title block. For the class 2 building, we're going to set up an A3 with the vertical title block on the side. And for the class 3 to 9, the commercial one, because we assume that they'll be much bigger projects and maybe require an A1 size sheet. So we're going to set up a template with an A1 size sheet. We'll also set up some other things similar to what we did in CAD, and we'll work through these. So I'm just going to briefly tip on what they are. So, you know, some text styles that we'd looked at before. There really isn't a dimension style in Revit, is there? It just generates the dimensions. Some other properties of the template file will be something called families in Revit, which I'm just going to say the name of, and I'm going to let you progress through this morning as we start to look at what the different terminologies are in Revit. You've been given a handout there, and it does actually show you. So the other thing you might set up in your template that says there, it would be maybe some views that would have you had it in your standard template, and then there would be the families. So families are in Revit are things like doors, windows. I want to say similar to blocks are in CAD. Would you agree, Chris? Something similar to that, yeah, but a little bit more interactive and more editable, I suppose. The other thing we will be setting up in our template files, which I find really useful, is our construction types, so our common construction types. So for instance, in a template where you would have a class 1 and 10 building, you might set up common wall types. What's a common wall type for a dwelling house in Darwin? 200 series blockwork. What other type wall type? 100? Series blockwork. Anything else? A bit more complex? Steel frame. How might we do that if we were setting that up in a template? What would so when we think 3D, it's not like CAD where we're just drawing lines. You know, we're just drawing one line for the plasterboard, 2 lines for the plasterboard. And then you've got your little cavity, and then, you know, perhaps we just have some external cladding.
I'm guessing someone's already modeled it, so all you have to do is draw the walls.
Well, what happens in Revit is that you have to build your walls first, or build your roof construction, or build your floor construction. So in the template file, we want to build up all these different constructions that we typically might want to use on a regular basis. So then every time we open the template, it's already built for us. We have our standard construction types built into our templates. And that might differ, and that's why we build different templates for the different building types, because that might differ from the standard construction for a dwelling, might be slightly different for a standard construction for high-rise residential, and might differ again for commercial. You'll never get all of your construction types built into the template, and you'll always want to edit or vary them, but we will look at how we build up constructions in our templates so that, you know, the standard general ones that we want to use every day of the week, they're already there when we go to use them. All right, so that's your 5 assessment tasks. So I wanted to go through the assessment tasks before I said the number 5, because I know that people just go 5 assessment tasks. So it's really 3. It's installation of software 1 and 2, and then 3 assessment tasks from building templates. and that will be this unit of Revit. And we'll also get Chris to, show us around Revit, give us a little demonstration of what Revit can do, because it is a very powerful program. I think you'd be quite impressed by Revit's capabilities. But this unit, apologies, but it's, I suppose, a little bit more mundane, the introduction. So we're really doing the nitty-gritty behind the scenes stuff, like making the templates and installing software. We really get into the drafting and the generating of 3D modelling in the units that follow after Christmas. So the second unit of this, well, none of you are on the VTP course, but the second unit of this is importing files into Revit, which begins in February, and then followed straight away by producing building design documentation in Revit. So you have 5-6 weeks of quite intense Revit training early next year. So this is just a bit of a taster before Christmas. David? So for part-timers, you'll be doing assessment tasks 1 and 2 and 3. So 3 is the first template for the class 1 to 3 building. I should have explained that to you, Chris. So some of our students who's part-time are just going to be doing the first half of the unit up until we build that template for the class 1 and 3 building, and then they continue on next year, because they do the course over 2 years, and they do the assessment tasks 4 and 5 for this one. You'll be doing next year. You'll be coming back in. So the part-time students, you're in for the first 5 mornings. So we will have that template built, hopefully, by the time we get to the end of those 5 sessions. All right, so let's begin with installing the software this morning. And in your portal, I do believe that you have a document that tells you how to install the software. Let's make sure I've put it in there for you. So under the folder that says installation, we've got this one. So can I get everyone in this section, U6, to open up your virtual desktop? I'm going to ask those 6 to do it first, because I think when everybody tries to do it together, it really blows the system mind. I'll come and help you with that, Divya.
What's it called again?
It's called VMware.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Let's do it.
Yeah, have a look there. And then I'll get everyone over here to do it next. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you should. Oh, you don't have, because you weren't enrolled.
Yeah.
All right, let me go and share with you. Everyone signed the sign-on sheet? You signed, Divya?
So you got it ready? How long did it take for it to download?
My computer at home is really slow because my internet's very slow.
What about?
20 minutes? 20 minutes? It's been a while. I've been downloading it a bit. But I had to download it like 5 different times on my computer. Then it crashed. I got another computer. And then, other than that, that's 2. I did it on my laptop twice. And then I got on my laptop and it was really slow. I hated using Revit on it. I cannot use it.
Oh, my brother, you sent me this.
And then I had to do it on my first computer twice. The first time I did it really well. My document, I think I used it whoever does it for me, so they put me there and I look up and do it.
Okay. I'm thinking about getting the.
All right, can you have a look at the installation guide instructions?
How do we get to Portal Chrome?
Oh, okay, we might have to print them. All right, let me print them off for you. I think we're going to have to do it. So everyone there, is everyone in this group, are you already on the VPN?
Yeah, but that.
VPN?
should
VM?
be- I mean.
VM? You got it all right, did you?
I've never had to do that now.
Okay, I'll have a look. You've got this up, which I really need to print for everyone, so I might print it from your machine, okay?
Okay.
Don't think so. If it is, it must be like more than a year, or does my one get higher?
Yeah.
Full colour, A3.
Oh, don't talk to me about printing to A3 by mistake. That's awful when that happens. Because when you do drawings, you're always flicking between A3 and A4, and then the printer defaults, and you've got to print like, a 40-page A4 Word document, and you go to the printer, you look and go, crime against the trees. Alrighty, how many copies do I want? Like yours. How many of us are there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. Count myself here. I counted them yet. 15. Oh well, doesn't matter if we need it. Did I send that to the student one? Was I on the student printer? I hope I was.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was. Okay, so the VM is this. This is a a virtual desktop, and all this is so that we can install the software onto the virtual desktop and not interfere with anything that's actually on this computer. Just takes a few minutes to log in. So just once this clicks in, it'll bring you onto another screen, and you're in. Keep an eye on it. Okay, you all done? All right, everybody else, can you get on the VM? So if in the bottom search, if you just type in VM, and this is where we want to go. Once you're in the desktop, just stay in the virtual desktop. Don't try to do other things on your computer.
We're not doing it yet.
Yeah, that's it. Good on you, Andy. Thank you.
We're not doing it yet, are we?
Yeah, go for it. You might not. You feeling sick again?
No, it just won't go away. I'm telling you, it won't
Yeah,
go away.
I'm the same.
It's not going away.
I woke up this morning and I was like,
Yeah, same. Takes forever.
It's
So I'm just printing off those instructions.
How much for the installation? The installation document on the thing, you can't see it, does it, on there?
Yeah, I'm just printing them because once you're in the virtual one, you can't see it.
I was thinking about the virtual thing now.
Yeah, we're downloading on the virtual, so it's already downloaded now.
I know, but I'm just saying I was supposed to run the virtual.
I'll show those at 16.
Chris, can you have a look through? Put those step-by-step instructions on this document of how to install.
Do you want us to run VMware now?
Yeah, please.
Is anyone connected to the internet and the
VMware?
in the VMware?
assume we're going to be installing on a single computer. Customize a standalone Revit installation. This is the one we want to follow.
Yeah, my internet works.
Now I can, okay.
Why? Wasn't your one working?
I just couldn't get the auth.edu page to log in.
Because you're in a virtual space.
We're in a virtual, yeah, it's a kind of like a pseudo fake computer. It's like you're not on your own computer. So try not to flick between the virtual and the other computer. It will confuse you.
Yeah.
And we just want to
It's like
install.
buying Nike and then buying Chinese Nike. They're on Chinese Nike right now.
Is it 2019 version?
It's the 2019 version. So what have you done? Because I'm trying to follow these notes and actually I don't think they're very good. I'm sure there was better. I'll look through them. So you guys are probably more tech savvy than I even am with this. So all we want to do is download Revit onto the virtual desktop. And to admit, it's not something I've ever really had a go at previously. So the notes aren't really telling me what to do here. So I'm thinking we need to go to Autodesk and log into our student account in the virtual space.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can we get on the internet in the virtual space and try and get onto our Autodesk student account? You all have a student account.
Click on Internet Explorer icon.
Explorer icon, that's all they have.
That's all they had, Internet Explorer icon?
Yeah, I have a Chrome and stuff.
Right, okay. Just use that then. And go into your Autodesk and log into your student account. These notes aren't telling me too much here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's really
I'm just trying to find a heap of scribble
Me.
paper.
What? There's a whole heap of what?
oh yeah, that's it, sorry.
When you get to log in as a student.
Yeah, yeah,
Previously, when you did it,
yeah, I used to study here, I just finished, I used to use it a lot.
Get these notes sorted out.
Don't jump the gun. You always jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. You did last time and then you screwed up with all your chat.
To BIM, Bing.
Instead
And
of,
last time you did all the chat. Moved away ahead and you got confused.
So Divya, do you have an Autodesk student account? You might have downloaded CAD or before, yeah. So have you got your virtual desktop up? Yeah. And you're on the internet? Yeah, fantastic. And you're in your student account? Oh, fantastic. Way ahead of me. So these are some notes. I'm not quite sure how much they're going to bring us to where we need to be. That was one. So once you're in your student account, let's see if I can get that up on the screen for myself. We'll see where we're going. Get you to just sort those notes for me and hand them out. I've only given them to about half, but they're not. And let me see, can I get the same thing going on up here so we can have a look? Grab that chair for a second. How do you even authorize to the internet on here?
I'm going to do the auth,
You just go
.edu.edu.
same process.
Yeah, but how do I even type that in here?
Yeah, in there.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. What? It's auth.cdu.edu.au, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't do
AUTH.
www, if that helps, I don't know.
No, I did.
Yeah,
That should be good.
that's it.
Oh, great.
Um,
And there's no other option other than Bing?
No.
Yeah, well, that one thing, if you minimise everything and go back to your normal page, yep, you can just go to auth like you normally would on Firefox or...
Here, up here?
No, down to your normal internet browser. Yep,
About it?
just type auth up there and copy it.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't like that much typing it in, so I had to copy. Yep, just copy all that.
Yeah, that one.
Just that one. Really?
Go back, yep, you little green things down the bottom there to be in.
Oh, yeah. Thank
Paste it
you.
in. Yeah. It's exactly what you typed. I don't know why it's not a problem.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so everybody's in the VM. They've authorized to the internet in there, and now they're logging into their Autodesk student account. Any issues? Put your hand up if you've got issues. You're way ahead of me. Let me catch up.
So I'm okay to go ahead and install and everything?
If you just hang on a minute, because I just want to make sure we have enough of bodies to be going around. Are you installing now?
I can just stop here.
You can just up there. Can you just take snips as you go through? But I think we'll just.
How is this going to work in this virtual desktop?
Yeah, I know. Me
I
either.
can take photos.
I'll take photos.
Take photos. Maybe that's the easiest way. Okay. What do I want to do?
Just tell me what I don't have to on me.
But you won't be able to get, you are,
Why do I feel like I cannot get on the internet?
to get them to, you'll struggle to get them to your account.
Where do I go next to get on to Autodesk in the
No,
internet?
it's all good.
Just type Autodesk.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now I feel like I'm getting somewhere.
Email address and then password that we put up on the 15th. The top one's fine.
Yeah?
Yep.
Can you bring me there?
It's interesting, but how come it's different to, like, it's no different to downloading it to your own computer compared to downloading it to here?
Really good at just take photos of it and go into it.
You can take pictures if you can, if you think you can get them.
I might sketch it.
Please, sketches.
I think so. Just try it out.
Alright, so what do we want to download? We want to download Autodesk 2019. Revit. Don't want to pay 3,100.
Free trial?
No, we want to download the student version.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, me too.
The student version?
Do we just search Revit student?
Maybe if we search Revit student.
Student download, so I'm trying to type in.
Student download.
Oh, that's 17.
Oh, yeah, student.
18.
Yeah.
Download free trial Autodesk. No.
I brought up YouTube and then we do it come up, but I couldn't type in YouTube.
Our discipline is architecture, isn't it?
Yeah. Where did you find the student download? Have you found the Revit 2019?
Log on to my,
Your account, yeah.
when you go to menu,
Yep.
And then there should be a
Product.
like educated,
Okay. All right. Can everyone follow this? So we're going to go into menu when you're in your Autodesk account. Everybody watching? Into menu. Into support and learning, was it?
no, it's already there.
Oh, student and educators. Education community.
And then up the top there's free software.
Free software. Thank you. Choose the product from the list below. This is looking much better. Did you just go in here?
Yeah.
Into Revit.
And to log on.
I have an account. Sign in.
It's gonna ask for a phone code as well.
Have you set up the two-step verification or something? Make sure you're signing in with your student email address. It won't work without a student email address. All right, can everyone get to that point where they're ready to download Revit? You sure it's spelled right? No. Students and educators. Yeah.
We don't want imperial configuration, do we? I can understand.
No, untick that.
Yeah.
It's an American thing.
Just out of curiosity,
Mhm.
it says here Revit 1.6. What does that mean?
I have no idea. I don't even know where you are.
Because I'm just in my account
Yeah.
and I'm in massive download.
Yeah.
Should I just do I get to only download one?
Yeah, exactly. That you should be able to have 3 licenses. So I would be very not wanting to download one seat because that will take one of your licenses.
I can't get.
I just don't know where you are though.
I'm just in my account. I signed in to.
Okay. Did you follow what I did up there to get us into that part of the website?
A little differently. I've already registered from the last time we had to do this.
Yeah, that's all right. You should be registered. But can you go back to? Just go back. Because you need to be in downloading the student software. If you're not downloading student software, if you're downloading other free trials and stuff, it's going to mess up your license. Right, just get yourself, and when you're in the home screen, just let me know. How are you going with that, Divya? Oh, yeah? Look at you. Fantastic. All right, just yes, sign in. Have you got an account?
It's the same.
Yes, the same account, yep.
Recognizing that. Is it wrong?
So using your student email, go in there and then go to next, and if it's telling you that there's no account,
Students.cdu dot like that.
you can. I wouldn't use my student number. Use your name, first name dot second name at CDU.
Okay.
Just try that. So Paul is in the right place.
For some reason, it keeps on asking me to verify.
Yeah, because you've set up a two-stage verification for your account. You must have set it up when you set up the account. Okay, good on you, Nicole. All right, you need to go into Revit, and you'll be in the right spot. Fantastic, thanks, Christina. How are you going there, Andy? Great, you're in the right spot. We'll get you to help David, Chris. Sure, David is in. Okay, oh, you are? Whoa, how come you're in the right spot now?
I just went a different way.
You just went a different way.
I just.
Okay, so you've been in this free software part?
Yeah.
You sure it's the free software that you're into?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't paid anything for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're, yes, okay.
The only difference was there's a sign-in thing, and I just signed in there.
Right, you signed in there as opposed to going in the other way. Okay. All right, okay. Now, Divya is the only one who's not in. So it's telling you that your email is not right, is it?
Yeah.
Do you have, but you definitely have an Autodesk account?
Yeah, it's the same. I open the portal, is it?
No, that's a CDU account. Autodesk is the actual software account. So for like Revit and AutoCAD.
Personal email account?
No, we would never, because you can only download the free software with your student account, so that's how I know it will be your student email. But perhaps you haven't set up an account before. Why don't we go into create account and put in your student?
Your student number S30 like that.
And that worked?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has created account, but have you tried your student number one? You've tried both, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just try to log on and see if it says it's already in use.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we go to create a new account and put in that student, it will.
Yeah, well,
It's not recognised create account instead. So well, let's go into create account, and I've got a handout for creating account. This is the one I was thinking of, the step-by-step handout. This isn't actually for that. That's just a little step-by-step. You can probably follow it on screen, but that's a little step-by-step for creating your account.
2 hours and 42 minutes remaining.
What? Nah, I think they did that last year and it
Have you
didn't.
installed that already?
It's installing now.
Oh, you got it?
Yes.
Email ID.
So I would use my first name dot second name,
Everyone's doing it.
because this account lasts for 3 years. So it might be long after you've been at CDU and you probably remember your name better than your student number in 3 years' time.
Remember the actual account you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my.
Yes, student, yeah, no, that's probably for CDU, but this is a different, this is an Autodesk account, so this is the people who manufacture CAD and Revit. When you have a student account with these, it lasts for 3 years, and you have 3 licenses, for all of their different products, which means that you can install, CAD and Revit on your home PC for free.
I downloaded AutoCAD
Okay.
when I was doing
The AutoCAD course, yeah. So you probably do have a student. Well, anyway, let's try and make a new account and see if they'll tell us really quickly if you've already got an account. And if they're telling us that you've already got an account, they usually send you to forgot my password or that kind of thing. So just create it with your student. I would use just my student first name dot second name.
All right.
Essentials. Did everybody get a handout for the installation guide, yeah? Everyone got one? Okay. What? All right, what are we doing next? Divya, I'll come back to you, but we're just going to go through with the rest of the students. It's what? So that, yeah, but you have to go through the versions. So under version, what are we going to put in there?
2019.
What one do we want to use? 2019, latest one. Operating system? Only one choice, thank God.
Chinese.
Well, let's do Revit through via Chinese, just for a bit of an extra challenge. Yeah, Sharon's going to have to teach the class. All right, when we've all that done, we're just going to come down to the bottom and we're going to hit install now.
I'm gonna record this.
We're going to say,
Yeah.
I accept. Take a picture. Take a picture of I accept.
I forgot.
You've been going too fast. Remember, everything you do, I need evidence of what it is you're doing. So please save the evidence for me. I accept. Take a picture. Got a picture, Campbell? Come on. Come on, guys.
Can I?
You're going to have to start from the beginning if you don't remember to take your pictures. Take a photo of mine. That's got your login up in the corner, I can check.
I just took a photo of the accept one.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
take a photo of mine.
It's okay, as long as we got a range of snips through the process, I'm happy. Okay, so let's hit install.
I got one of that.
Do we want this to happen? Yes, we do. We're going to hit run. As we do with any other program we're installing.
How can you see our name on there? He's lying. I'm very dumb to say.
I was wondering who was going to check first.
I did my name.
Yeah.
Surname,
Oh, yeah.
but sending email to some account, I don't know. To confirm.
Yep. So you'll be able to get into your student
I'm
account.
trying with this for now.
Yeah. Looks like you hadn't set up an account before. Well, I'll come back to you in a minute and see what it's saying. Don't worry, I'll go through with you as well. How are you going, Nicole? It's just being boring now, isn't it? Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes, we do. It's a virtual device anyway. We don't mind what it does to it. Your file is downloading. Kind of good that we're doing this coming up to morning tea, because we might all have to go and get a cup of coffee soon.
Mine won't initially install. Won't give me any options.
So like that operation system, step by step, to go fill out each one to go to the next one.
This one.
Then you do the language, and then it'll let you install.
Okay.
Missing a couple of steps. Go down to the install now and hit that.
Taking photos.
14, berapa gig?
Screenshot?
Andy, how
Screenshot.
many gigs was it? 16 gigs?
Yes, yes, say yes to that.
14 gigs, yeah.
How you going, Campbell? Mine is downloading. Campbell, your computer skills have just come such a long way in such a short time. You blow me away. I come around here going, I better check on Campbell, and I go, oh, he's fine over in the corner there now. Yes. Are you taking photographs?
Yes.
Okay. Just install on this computer.
Install on the computer? Yeah.
Yeah, if you're onto that, then mine hasn't gone to that far yet. It's all right. We'll do it up here, and everyone can follow on the screen. So those notes on the installation aren't really giving us a whole lot. I wasted all that printing for nothing, really. Oh well, people might have it at home. So these notes on the actual installation that are handed out, just use it to write notes beside it on what you need to do when you do this at home, because you do need to do this independently at home as well. So do write any little notes that you need for yourself to do this process again at home.
Put the path where you want to install.
It's on the virtual desktop, so I'm not really too worried what's coming up next.
Okay, we just put on a seat. Oh,
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, install it today then.
Are you doing it on your laptop at the same time, Kissy? So yeah, if you guys have brought in a laptop and you want to do the installation on your laptop now, you can do them simultaneously. I don't mind. Yep.
We just connect wireless.
Yes.
What I do.
My fault. It's taking forever to download.
If you click the run, has it given you the option? I
No.
took a photo of it. That one I took a photo of.
Where do you want me to go?
Oh, wait, did I?
No, I didn't. Okay, 49.
I'm sorry.
It's running. Something's running anyway.
just close that.
And just close this.
Yeah, you don't take that.
And then you go down to the little Revit down the bottom there.
There you go.
Oh my God, it hit on me.
Now she's down.
Got to hit install there. I'm up to 7 times.
Okay. So I wish I could go back and show everybody that in case anybody else is stuck on that screen.
Where, sorry?
They're just hiding underneath.
It was just hiding underneath. Sometimes the next screen was hiding underneath.
Oh, so you're waiting for that.
I was waiting because it was still running, like the circle was still going round. And
Can we take an...
I'll come and have a look at you now. Any look here?
This is my email ID. What is this actually?
Your student name, student number.
Yep.
That would be fasting and remember.
So have they sent you an email or anything?
No, it's just
Saving.
so I'm just writing.
Okay.
Mac is right.
No, yours is definitely installing on that.
I forgot the charger. I put the charge, so it might get.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, it probably will. I might have a lead for you.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I'll go and have a look now in a second. Let's let it go anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So do the same process on that. This time you try and do it as much independently as you can. Okay?
Do I need to cut over?
Yeah. Please do. Chris?
Still with Chris, but what computer's getting? He's saying a laptop. Desktops.
No, as long as it has the capability, it doesn't. That's preference. Yeah.
Whether it's private or public.
All right. I have to click install here again.
It's not, yeah. But it's not too bad. Like, I was terrified of public hospital. Now I'm like,
Like, it's 3, that's not gonna happen.
Like this?
now.
Try that.
Yeah, but it kind of always says that, and then it doesn't take that long.
Did you say you wanted me to do something
Oh, at the end, yeah, when they give us the actual files, at the end, I might get you to do some checking on the files then to make sure that, you know, they've actually made up a wall type and they've actually made up a roof type and they've loaded families and they've, you know, so checking the files, that's the assessment marking that we do. Yeah, but that won't be until they've actually got produced something. Yeah.
So where's the detail, like you're talking about creating, I didn't see that in any of the stuff I've read so far.
So we've got on this document.
And you didn't have to. And how long did you wait for? That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't have to wait any.
In this document, this is really everything that needs to go into a template. And so the students are expected to follow this as we start to create the template, you know. And then that's the example text that we want them to make in there, and we want them to definitely have loaded like north arrows and the tags and the symbols. And then as we work through them, we want them to create an architectural wall. We don't need to create a wall, but a floor and a roof, just the standard ones, to build them into the template. And then we want them to load all of these families.
Okay. Right, I didn't
Yeah.
have his way from this one to the city or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, or a lot of these are already in Revit, the Revit families, and they can just bring them into their template. You know, you download it into the template, so that every time you go to use that template, you've already got all this built into it.
Oh, I see. So that's all
So that's really the project. So the first step of that is to create this title block in the template, and then the second, well, we have to create the text to make the title block anyway, so they sort of go hand in hand, and then we want to load all of these things in to the template and build the system models then of different things.
So to help with that, I need to download that 2019.
Yeah. Once we get your CDU email, that should be easy.
Yeah, I've got a...
Or I can give you one of the laptops from here.
I can use my students,
Yeah, if you've got a student one, you can just do this process at home. Yeah.
because that's full access for
Yeah.
another year.
Yeah, it takes, good. And you'll get it back now anyway. It'll be sort of reactivated again now. Yep.
So I get downloaded that and then probably then I could just go through that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the detail on the family, the title block creation. What's required. So
Yes, that's a good sheet to follow through, and I've printed all them out for next week, all the title block creation. So, yeah.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll definitely be going on to that next week, making the title block in that first template,
The first one.
then building up the constructions, and then loading the families. And then we'll go on to the next one, because we've got, if you look at the timetable, I've got part-timers that need to do that first template are here for those first five, and then they're not here for any of this. So we need to be, by the time we get to the end of October, we need to be finished that first template. And then generally after that, though, the full-timers, you know, we'll go through it with them, but, you know, they start to become a bit more independent after that. They start to be able to at least build up what they already had. So what we can do is certainly take that template, that is the Class 1 template, copy that as the AT2 template, and then just add to it what we need and redo the title block that's in there.
Yeah. So
Start from scratch, you're building, yeah.
So yeah,
We can talk about that together.
Title block template,
A few extra families, thinking about the different constructions that might be in there. Yeah. Starting to come together a bit more for you now, isn't it? Yeah, I thought that would just get you in, because there's not too much time to do it beforehand, but get you in, and while this is all going on today, we can talk about what the template creation is about. Yeah.
Okay, do you still do the drawing like of this place? Do you do curtain walls and that?
Yes, we do. We do that in the classes after Christmas, but we want to set up the template for that before.
After Christmas.
Yeah. That's not part of this unit. No, this unit's just about the template. I just want to make sure where everyone's at. Oh, so mine is still downloading very slowly. Is all of yours downloading very slowly? I knew this morning's class would be a slow pace. That's all right. Okay. Oh, look at all this. So you've got into your account and your file is downloading. Okay. So this mine stayed on here. So you have to hit run and get your camera out now and take lots of pictures as we go through.
And that's when done when it's so basically.
You can just take a snapshot of that. I'll let you just work your way through this. It looks like you're up to where everybody else is at this stage. Good on you. It looks like you didn't have an account then before. I don't know how you managed to download before, but that's okay. We're in now. It doesn't matter. How are you going, Paul?
Yeah.
Paul, I hope you're not trying to work in your computer while you're in the virtual desktop on other things.
I was just going in there to put the snips in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's because the computer is now a virtual desktop. I'm not sure if that's going to work for you. That might, you kind of doing it in a virtual space. It's like your actual computer's been taken away and it's been replaced by a virtual space right now. So maybe just relax this morning, sit back and let it install, and you can do that later. How's the boys in this corner going? We're just all installing.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, guys, let's have our morning tea now while everybody's install is running. We'll take 15 now, and then we'll come back to this. So 25 past, let's say 22, and we'll see how our computers are going then. Winner, winner.
Yeah, that's what it is, and if they like you, that's then they'll,
And then you want to read out
Do you think that would do that when Lisa was here this morning?
I know. I did do again.
Oscar video.
But I think it's actually recording. Where's my camera? I'm going to take a picture of this.
Pause there.
I know, and I can't pause it, and I can't.
Do you want those photos saved?
Yes, please. So you can create a new job folder under this unit number. So again, we have an R drive that you have access to. And then on that R drive we can make, so what we've been doing is making a folder called unit number, and we can save all our files in there. I'll do one that you see one more. But when we're ready.
Take it forever.
Don't exit anything until I sign the form. I'm not signing the form if you exit before then. Okay? Not sure how much clearer that can be.
Mine's still no memory.
Click on that. Yep. Yep. Well, I just take a photo of it. I think I should photo of it. Yay! Thanks, man.
Is that already done?
Yeah, it's done. Click finish and don't press yes. Press no.
I've got copyright issues on mine, so you're gonna have to get.
You got what? Sorry. Okay.
I got copyrights.
Totally.
I'm gonna have to take a course for that.
That's all.
Yeah. Finito.
All right, confirmation checklist, assessment task 4. Yes.
All done.
Do not. I need you to fill it out, please fill it out right now, your student name, and you need to.
Yeah.
Do find that, fill that out right now. Okay, yours goes, I can see yours. Now, that's only for, that form is only for the one on this training computer, it's not for this one, I'm seeing everything. Yeah. Don't go.
Did you save them for photos on the Wi-Fi?
So, you get a new job with this, under your job,
Yeah, I've done that, yeah.
yep, and make a folder with this, number, and you can just make a folder with 81 in it, and put the clips in there. That's all it will be for 81, do that. Word's done.
So on the idea.
Are you fine now?
Sure, I'll create that folder for
Yes, it's 404. Have a look. Are you done?
Yeah.
Let's say on here. If you're virtual.
My virtual desktop.
Okay. So yeah, okay. That's this. You're gonna cancel out of that. You know, you can all launch AutoCAD in the virtual desktop, or sorry, Revit in the virtual desktop if you want. And have a look. Sure you know what you're doing. So how confident do you all feel now about downloading at home on your own PC? It crashed, did it?
Yeah.
Did it?
Pressing failed.
You have to try again.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I did notice a yellow explanation mark before something.
Okay, we'll come and have a look now. Chris, would you have a look at that?
Yeah, it's reloading it, hasn't it really?
Android is my
Oh, kidding me.
I'll keep this one.
It's not letting me hit 9. Don't worry about it.
I haven't seen anything. And I'm being recorded.
So that's it? I can get out of this virtual thing, yeah?
You can, once that's fine, yes, you can.
Everything's not letting me.
Make sure I can do the same thing over there. Oh, what?
Wow.
Yours, Nicole? Yeah. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Yep. God. Upload it. Take you on.
memory on the computer, you probably don't want that. Probably all the How's that going?
This one's done.
That was done, but that one I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you make it through orders of 81. And then similarly, it's 82. Make it a and then you go straight into
Something like that, I can use photos when I go in there, and then once you've got up that, then I'll bought a big bottle, so I keep putting them on the next one.
Let's have a look there, Paul.
Still,
Oh, you're still going.
yeah, it went to, it keeps going up and then comes down, and then went up to an hour and then come back.
Seven, how are you? Please see. So these are the cover sheets the students have to hand in with each assessment task. So this is AT1 and this is what we're looking at now. So we do an observation checklist for this. So you're ticking off that they've located the software, they've selected the top version, they've chosen different download methods. We just showed you this on now one, and follow the on-screen instructions, and then support for installation, application support functions, all that they needed to. We just tick all them off with the form level task this morning. It's attempt number 1, so for each assessment, the students get 3 attempts. But in this scenario, they've done it, and I'll just sign off on this, I'll sign it there. So that's to say that they've done that part, and with the assessment task 2, where they have to download it on their own personal laptop or computer, I'll rely on the snapshots they send me, and fill out those forms for my PDF. Yeah, yeah. And then so it'll continue the same, so that's the one for the 83 then. But they'll be having to send that in, and then you'll be checking that one when they use the file. So it'll be all the actual tasks they have to perform. Fantastic. Hang on to that then, Seven. And you're going to download at home. Are you for ACT? Oh, you're doing it there now. Okay. And you keep the snapshot for that one. Fill out the cover sheet and send it to me when you've got done. I'll write this thing now. Have a look.
Yeah, I've got the.
Where'd you put the files for photo sharing? You created a file, didn't you?
I just sent them.
Oh, you sent them. Okay.
Just copy them,
Okay, yeah.
put them into your own.
Yeah, but I took some photos yesterday when we were out.
Oh, cool.
So I got it in school.
Yeah.
And I got my photos, saving the file.
Sandra come build,
Yeah,
make a
the,
shared file that we'll all access to. Is it?
Send it to me, copy them into your own folders.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, you've got people putting stuff in and.
You can either just write a brief log for
Somebody
the
put it
assessment
in
task 2.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just go for that one and just do that. Or you can do a reinstall and fix it.
I might see if anyone wants to grab it for me.
Yeah.
And I'll
Yeah.
let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. When, what, next week?
Yes.
All right, Andy. Fantastic. Great. Come on. You're gonna do, fine, let me show you your Yep. Yeah. No, yeah, but no. Yeah. That's all right. Make sure you send all those to me. Yeah. So when you've done assessment, if they're done, can everyone send me their assessment task 1 snip?
Yep.
When they're sending me their assessment task 2 snips. Okay? So I want to see them together. I want to see them in 2 separate folders, but I want to see them coming in together. Okay? Yes. Computer. Can you make sure your student name is on the sheet? All right. Campbell. Alrighty. One. Really good at you. Too close connection.
Mine must have connected like yours and still some 3 or 4 minutes. It's 7.49 gigabytes. Yeah, it is.
Hang on to that now with the rest of that documentation for that. Anyone hasn't got their form signed at this stage for Paul, Mr. Downloading? What is going on here?
Seems to go up, you know.
I suggest you jump on that machine and log in and you can work away on one of them and leave them running to one place. Yeah, it looks like it might be stuck. How's yours running?
This one.
Since 5 hours. I'm just wondering, plug in the network cable into it, will it go faster? Yeah, you want to bring it over to the cable over here? Over here. This is all we have to do. Is that all you have to do?
Darn it. I took all these photos of pictures off my buddy's phone.
Okay, you know better than me, and you do it.
Okay, I'll see what the, you leave it here with me, I'll be up to it tomorrow. Oh, they are, going walking by that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I am.
So, just to go roughly through the BIM again, Building Information Modelling, what it's all about. So, I guess there's various, you've got this handout, have you? The guys got this?
It's in your portal.
It's in your
No,
portal.
on your screen.
Well, you could maybe have a look at it later. It's sort of very sort of high-level architectural stuff, but it does explain the intentions of BIM. It's sort of rarely used in really high-level construction like multi-story buildings and so on. But it tells us that the 3D modeling is used for visualization, so it's really good for showing clients what a house is going to look like. Some people can't read two-dimensional plans like we can, like you're in the drafting area, so you can understand it, but some people don't see it. So with 3 dimensions, it makes it a lot clearer if they see 3-dimensional printouts of their proposed dwelling. So with the building information modeling, one of the big advantages is where the model is shared with different designers. So you've got your architectural design, but then it goes to air conditioning, say mechanical designers, so they install mechanical ducting, and all your electrical contractors, electrical designers are storing all the electrical work. So they're all using the same model so they can see conflicts, because there's always issues with where the various vents are running through the roofs. You get conflicting issues, but if you're all using the same model, you're sharing the same information, the possibilities of conflicts are reduced. Once again, that would only be on massive commercial buildings. For small class 1 buildings, that wouldn't really be an issue. So then the other advantage of building modelling is that you can do estimating. So all the elements of the structure are those families. They all have properties and parameters. So there's information there. So if you draw the wall, and you put a window and door in there, you can calculate the surface area of the wall and tell you how many bricks you're going to need, or whatever type of surfacing you're going to put on, or if it's going to be Besser block or whatever. I can tell you the area and then calculate the number of blocks. So you get a quantity estimate there for ordering materials. You can get areas as well for if you're tendering, putting out a tender to get quotations from builders to build it. So that would not only be the walls, but all the other elements of the structures, the windows, doors, right down to taps and shower heads, floor tiles, roof sheeting, wall, the gyprock finishing on the walls and ceilings. So every bit of material in the building has got parameters that can be picked up and quantities can be taken off. Then apply rates and you can do a cost estimate on the building. So that's a big advantage of the 3-dimensional modelling. And then you can generate construction drawings from that. So any changes you make in the model, like if you change one of the window, that automatically changes all the information, because all your views are just views of the model. So you make one change to the model, you'll see it everywhere. So you can produce drawing sheets showing, all your working drawings, floor plans, elevations, site plan. Everything can be generated in Revit. And any revisions made to the model, you can just redraw out and reprint and produce a revised drawing set. The other advantage is animations, where you can do walkthroughs. So it's very easy to generate 3-dimensional views, and to do walkthroughs, we actually walk through and you can do a video to show people what the house is going to look like from inside. You need to do a bit more work on the internal, like you can add finishes and colours and paint, etc. But you can actually install the fittings that they're proposing to buy, like Caroma. Various manufacturers in Australia actually give you free families So you install their product in your building model, and then when you do takeoffs, it comes out of their product. So when you do those walkthroughs, people can actually see what it's going to look like. So once again, those animations makes it easy for clients to see what they're going to get. So some builder I work for, we do three-dimensional sketches of houses to show clients, and makes it easier for them to see. It's good professional visual, and quite often it convinces them to sign up with the builder, and then we go ahead and do construction drawings and build the house. So with BIM modeling, I guess as I said, the idea is they have a BIM manager who manages the whole process, but he'll send the model out to the various designers, like electrical designers, mechanical, whatever. And you could get a model that can then be this sort of high-level stuff that obviously I don't do, and it would be only used in multi-story buildings, even if that. But it's new technology whereby they can use it to schedule construction. And they even go right through to the end of life of building, where they can keep using that information for maintenance. So they know all the products that are inside the building are there, and they can then schedule and tell you when they're going to need various types of maintenance, and help people to find stuff three-dimensionally where the product is, and figure out how they're going to do their maintenance. I guess that's about all about BIM that I had. So then we could just have a quick look at the desktop. Unfortunately, I'm not used to this 2019. I use 2017 at the moment. So they have a new version, comes out every year. There's never a great deal of difference. It's generally very high-end changes that really don't affect us or the sort of work I do and what most of us will be doing. But, and in fact, some of the changes are generally that high-end stuff is where we're sharing models and with other designers, and it's sort of not often stuff that we use. Having said that, I have my own license of 2011. Nowadays, you have to pay a subscription, and you get an update every year. But the 2011 version I've got is too old, and I can't use it anymore. So it's just a throwaway. So I use 2017, but I haven't upgraded. Every time you upgrade, there's all these issues of templates and settings, and there's probably not a lot of advantage. With the latest versions, there can be bugs in there, and it's better to wait a year and then wait till someone else has ironed all the bugs out for you. But anyway, having said that, the desktop doesn't change a great deal, or at all. But unfortunately, I haven't got one of my files, my templates. So we've only got the actual. This is what looks like when we just load it up. So let me just close these ones. So we're actually in a template at the moment. So that's when you load it up first off, that's what you see. So if you had an existing project, it would come up there, the last one that you opened. Just go straight back in there. We can go through here and find it in your Explorer. Or you can open them here. It will show you. I've just opened those two this morning, but you'd have a long list if you're using this all the time, and you can pick which one you want. But for here, we'll just look at the sample one. So this is some American thing. It's a bit weird. I just had a look before. I don't fully understand much about it. But the first thing is we need the project browser and properties menus. We leave them up there all the time. And I just deleted them, and hopefully I can put them back again. So we go to user interface and the project browser. And the other one was properties. So we've got to have these all the time. So which way you put them depends on you, but this will go like this for the rest of your life. So once you get used to it, you can't change. So some people have this one on the left, and some people have it on the right. And it won't go. There we are, it snaps in there. I think that's snapped in there. Whoops. Properties. Yeah. just a bit tricky. Once it's locked in there, it stays there forever. Just manage it. So every time you open up, it'll be there. Schweppes. I lost it again. Where is it? Hidden. Let me just close it. It's hiding behind here. No, that one's snapped in. Damn it. Now, I don't know where it is. Sorry, let me just close it. Start again. You might even put it back in the same place. It's going to put it back wherever it was. So this is a bit of a trick. Sometimes things go missing. It's really hard to find them. You got something up there?
Collapse it.
Whereabouts?
Yeah,
If you can
that
collapse
one.
it first and then if it's behind this.
This one here?
No.
Oh, sorry, I thought I could collapse it.
Yeah.
Hiding behind that sheet.
I feel like it is something somewhere up there.
Yeah. This is not good.
If you relaunch,
No, it's still on that same spot that it's hidden on.
You'll probably, can I just, shut down Revit and try that again. Where'd it go? But unfortunately, this is the advantage, of it, is that every time you load it, it'll come back exactly where you put them.
Yeah.
And they stay there.
Not working to our advantage right now.
No, I've never had that before. It just disappears on you. But anyway, we're getting some practice at loading documents. So if you go to view, it's all there. Properties is loaded.
It's got to be over in that corner somewhere.
But if you hover over it, line things at
Sorry,
the bottom.
the
Yeah,
idle.
so it doesn't click on.
No.
Sometimes
the
it kind of
actual
pops up
template.
as a
Movie.
separate window.
It's moving side.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you've got two screens, you can drag it off onto the other screen and look for it that way, but we need one screen. Tab for what?
Alternates.
Okay, tab.
Oh, yeah.
See where it says title block down the bottom left? Yeah, so now you've got something that's added for alternates.
Google.
Google, yeah.
Probably Google there. Just go Google.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's-
Lost properties bar in Revit.
Damn it, man.
Oh, no, further. I think
Lost
it's
property.
lost property in like everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Lost property bar, I suppose. Property bar.
But if you want to get, and
Now the under.
and then
Oh dear, sorry, I just don't know how to find it again.
We'll Google it. And you will find that with these softwares, like you do need to troubleshoot quite a bit, and definitely on the Autodesk website, and there's many other online forums for Revit that can help you out when you have issues with Revit. It's certainly a resource that I've always used, when I am in a bit of difficulty with that. Just go back to what Chris was saying before about BIM managers. Just so you guys know, if you become extremely good at Revit and you're very good at troubleshooting and managing drawings, that one of the jobs that you may be able to go forward for is a BIM manager. And BIM managers have a lot of responsibility, and it's a very, I suppose, new and unique skill set to have, to be able to manage
huge amounts of drawings being generated from a Revit or other similar model. And BIM managers are getting paid a lot of money.
Sorry.
Yeah.
One other solution. Are they running it with two screens?
No.
So it says to close all programs, reset Windows display settings to a single monitor.
That's all single, yeah.
It's all single.
But can you scroll down, down on the right?
Yeah, that's just the browser, yeah.
I was like, I'm going to change it and it comes up like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, certainly need it.
But you can't type in like you do in CAD.
No, the actual toolbar.
Modify tab properties panel.
Modify properties. Modify.
Modify tab properties panel.
Modify tab.
Yep, modify.
Properties.
Yeah.
Right, back to modify, Chris. Yeah.
The properties. There.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It just turns it off and on,
And then it says.
but we can't find it, so.
Click View tab Windows. Sorry, View tab Windows panel.
Go back into the properties one, yeah. No, that one, yeah, yeah.
Yep, then View tab.
It just turns it off and on, that properties button.
Yeah, so View tab
Oh, view tab.
Windows panel.
Windows.
I'm just reading.
Yeah, no,
it.
that's
I don't
right,
know what it
Windows
is.
panel, I'm trying to look together here. No.
No, that's just, that's
Tab
another.
views, is it tab views or top?
No.
And it says right click drawing area and click properties.
So properties are on, we just can't
Oh,
see
I
them.
can't find it.
Yeah.
They should rename properties to Waldo.
I just don't know where.
We did, do you want to call that a solution, David?
Sorry, did we go into modify tab?
Modify, do you go into it, or?
Yeah.
We did, yeah. Oh, from
Yeah.
there, yeah.
We've done
That
that
just
already.
says
That
public
just turns it off and
Toggles
on,
on, yeah.
like that user, the view,
It just,
user interface.
And what about the one above properties there, what's that one doing?
no.
I'm finding now.
Oh, God.
No, she's gone, she's gone.
Yeah, lost it forever.
I can't say
What
that.
if we open just a new drawing?
Watch this one.
No.
Well, like a look tool, if we can.
No, temporary hide.
Okay.
No, it's within the drawing itself, gives you
Okay.
that.
There you go, we should make it.
Suggestion to Revit, is it?
Yeah, I've never had this happen before, I just don't know where the hell it's gone.
Right, let me jump on Google if we can't find it.
I'll see if I can lose mine, and if I can find. Revit's not my thing though.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I could help. I'm not there.
Is she? Where is
The spin is the closest thing to Revit got that we have here.
Yep. Windows. Oh, you have a solution?
User interface, it's on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
It's on a bar, should click on a bar,
Yeah, well, the problem is, because we were setting this pays for it on the screen. We can take it on and off, but we can't see it anywhere.
Not coming up
It's
anymore.
not, it's hidden when it comes on.
What about browser organization?
Yeah, maybe go to Bria, go down there, that one.
Which one's that?
Down browser organization, was the place there.
Yeah.
And we tried right clicking on it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you turn it on and off.
You turn it on and off, the problem is when it comes on, it's just hidden.
Yeah, so
It's gotta be in this area though.
that's what I was thinking, like, I'm trying to
We've
find
tried
one.
this, have we?
Yeah.
And then at this point, it's really oh yeah, it's right to the edge. You can't see on the projector. Maybe
I knew it. Oh,
Yeah.
Where?
really?
Yeah.
Where?
Sometimes the projector doesn't capture the entire.
There?
Yeah.
Where?
No.
There, it's right there on the edge.
Drag it in.
If you, yeah.
Click there?
Yeah, drag that.
Oh,
Well done.
Guys, but what can we do?
Thank you, Andy.
We should have added it in.
What a lovely trick for you on your first day.
Yeah.
So you love technology.
Don't buy a projector. That's what we learned today.
None of it, he recommended that you project.
Oh yeah.
That's another reason.
Too scared I'm going to lose it again.
it's called,
So I want to snap them in there in case they disappear again. Sorry. So we're just looking at property browser. So that was, yeah. Are you trying to change that? That's a good idea.
It's just we zoomed out a bit more, so good. You just zoomed out a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to know where you are, yeah. What's going on? It's been miles away. Just trying to get our desktop, we can actually see it.
No, it's the resolution on the projector won't allow us. Oh, so sorry, to get. Oh, okay. The last time we had them all over the same side and it seemed I could stack them one on top of the other.
Yeah. Well, I'd say everyone does it differently, but this is sort of standard, certainly that I use and that other people I've seen use.
Yeah.
So I have a project browser on that side, the properties on this side.
So for most of you, you have two screens, and most draft people do use the two screens, and a lot of drafters like to keep the project browser and the properties bar on the second screen. Yeah. So you get the whole screen for drawing. So that's a user preference.
On the second screen?
So they have two screens, so they can
Oh, I
drag the
see,
project
yeah.
browser and the properties over onto the other screen. And last year, a lot of our students were working like that.
Okay.
Using that second screen to use it. Because you do use those two, the project browser and the properties bar all of the time, giving you lots of information about where you are in the drawing. As Chris will show us, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I was saying, so we've opened up this drawing file here. I just have to reduce this so we can see it. But, so these are the floor plans that we can see. These are views of the model. I'll just show you the 3D views. So that's the three-dimensional model that we've got.
Very realistic, isn't it? It's kind of like what you might see in video games these days. You know, getting up to that standard of resolution.
Yeah, they actually use Revit to build those video games, some of them. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying, it's the same people, because if you become a extremely knowledgeable about Revit, there are lots and lots of employment opportunities out there.
Is Revit the program they use for the 3D modeling?
But,
You know, they do that building.
no, I see lots of different ones, because different architectural practices will use different ones, and Chris touched on that a little bit earlier. So there is one that's been around, and I used it in an architectural office 20 years ago. It's called Architect. It's quite popular, and I certainly see ArchiCAD a bit on grand designs. It seems to be quite popular in Europe, but Revit is certainly. How long ago did Revit start? Was it around 7 or 8 years?
Yeah.
Long before that, was popularity-wise, it kind of came into offices.
Yeah, well, I got it in 2011, but it has been around for quite a while.
Yeah. So, but Revit is Autodesk, and Autodesk have always, you know, with AutoCAD, they've sort of always had control of the market. And AutoCAD 3D was never particularly successful because it was kind of built around being a 2D program with 3D projections or capabilities, and it wasn't really that successful. So other players have come into that field, like SketchUp is basically free downloadable 3D software that, you know, anyone can use. And so you do see that a bit on grand designs as well. Certainly Revit is where the market is at today and now, and where it's going to be going in the future.
So, if you learn Revit, could you easily transfer those skills straight over to ArchiCAD?
Principles of how it's set up are the same. What you saw yourself when we use the software in 2D CAD, it's about getting your speed up and being able to do this quickly in drafting. And so, yes, there are some variables to a certain degree.
So this tool here allows you to look at the three-dimensional model and orbit around it. This mouse is set up. I normally use a mouse and keyboard, but it certainly does the trick where you can pan around and do orbiting. Yeah, so you can do walkthroughs, etc., but I just don't use this tool a lot, so I really can't do much with it.
It's a little bit intuitive, isn't it, how you kind of...
Yeah.
You have to play with it. It's like riding a bike or driving a car. It's one of those things you've got to get a feel for it, and you're using the wheel on your mouse.
Yeah.
To do it like you are in CAD.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the three-dimensional model. So all these views are taken as views of the model. So if you look on that level 1, there's the plan view. So there will be elevations. So that elevation 103 would be one of these elevations here. We could just go back and click on that. So if we just go in there, we have a look. So that's an elevation. No, that's actually looking like a section, is it? Might be an elevation, but so we've got elevations from each direction there. Unfortunately, this is not my model, so I really find it hard to navigate around it. So we can also generate sections in Revit. So there should be the sectional view there. Appears to be going through there. So there'll be sectional views already set up going through there. So that's generated automatically. Generally find there's a need to do some tidying up before you can actually use it. But it's a pretty good tool for having a quick look at the for generating sections. So let's go back to that model. Another way of looking at it. Such a mess. So the section box is on, but I can't see it. So this section box was actually switched off, so it wasn't in view. So you click on this, will show you things that are actually switched off. So we can click on it, then right click and unhide. So we can actually see it. So the section box is pretty good where you can generate your own sections in 3D. I can't see it very well. it's a good way of getting into the model and just seeing where things line up. And you find when architects are doing complex buildings, they're virtually working in here all the time. You can see how things are connecting. Well, that's just so in the view there, you can click section box on and off. So it's off now.
For the moment, Chris is just giving you an overview
Just
of Revit. You're not supposed to be following along here, so don't please just watch the screen and just take in some general information this morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Sorry, it's just a bit difficult because it's on my model already. Don't know what it's doing.
Gives you like a little break on the thing so it doesn't scroll too far out.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we could just go back to sort of the basic stuff. I don't know where these Revit files are stored. Have you got an indication there? We can just see the file extensions.
So if you want to just go file open and I'll bring it to the browser. I don't know what's in there. Go into the V drive. What would you do?
Yeah. Yeah, I just show the file extensions. So RVT is a Revit project file. So we haven't got any of the others. So
RVT is the same as like.
yeah, DWG. Yeah. So the template files, the extension is RTE.
You've got this in your notes in that handout I gave you. You can follow along there.
Yeah. And then the family files, RFA, and template families, RTF. So you really don't need to know those if you're actually creating them. But yeah, generally the way I work it is you're just coming off here, so you're not really worried about file extensions because you open there or you go into here, you can open your families directly out of here, and your templates there, so you don't really actually have to view the file extensions.
But it's good for you guys to be aware of those files, similar to what we had in CAD when we've got template files and we've got DWG files and $ SVS files and backup files. They have something very similar in AutoCAD.
So once again, just going into those views, looking off the handout here, we've got floor plan views, which you saw those. So those are plans of the floors. So you can have several floor plans. Obviously, we've got 2 levels there, and then got a site plan. And of course, you can have, if you could have a basement plan, you could have a foundation. If you have detailed drawing, you have a foundation plan, bracing plan, and various plans. So we can actually have a plan here. We could actually create one, an additional one, and we duplicate the view with detailing. And so this we can just have and rename it to like working. So we know what it is, but then we use that for mucking around in. So when you're actually working, you can work in there and you can switch stuff off and carry on and do various things to assist you with the design and the drawing. But this is the one that's going to have the same information, but it will have the correct properties that we've set up in the view template for our printing out for our deliverables for our design drawings.
But just remembering that every time you do any sort of edit in any of these views over here that you can see, you're working in the floor plan, which we generally tend to work in, we do anyway, as James, we work in the floor plan, draw out our plan. But if you change something in the floor plan, or in the elevation, or in the section, it changes in the model. That's really what you need to take away from this morning. Now, anything you change in any of those views, you can work in any view, but it's only one model. I'm going to say, it's like having only one drawing in CAD. It's one model with lots of different views looking at it. So anything you change in any one view, you don't have to duplicate. I think if we think about working in CAD, you know, if we make a change to a floor plan in CAD, we have to come back and edit all of the different elevations and all of the sections. You know, you've got a lot more drafting work to do. Whereas in Revit, the big advantage is you change, like one change in one place, the model changes and all of your views update simultaneously.
So that's the 3D model. So sometimes we've opened that level one and we opened the 3D. So we've got a floor plan view and a 3D view. And you can come to view. Oh my God. What's going on there? I'm sorry, I'm just not used to this desktop. It's a bit frustrating. So it's not giving me the full drop down now.
So you press it again. Go into...
I'd press it there.
Yeah.
This one here?
Yeah, that one there. And it'll toggle.
Still not, oh, there it is. Well done, thank you. So, if we come in here, we should have a tile somewhere. Normally it's there, but it's changed. Where's it go? There are tile views, yep. So you can actually have both those views up.
Yeah.
So this would normally be locked in there, but I just can't get it to lock in here. So that you just have the full view there, so we can be in there and we can work. Sorry, I'm just not used to this thing. So we can actually work in that view, and then we can come over here and work in this view at the same time. So you can have 4 views up. You could be working on the one desktop at the same time. But if you get too many views, they get a bit hard to see. So you can always just say if we have several views up, we can come in here. If we see here how many views we've got open at the moment, we can just go in here and it'll just close everything except the current views. So it's a good way of just tidying up. And it's far better generally to just have the one view open and keep it clean. If you have 2 views, say for instance you're working on a drawing sheet and the view at the same time, you can toggle between them with the tab, Shift Tab key, and that's the way most people do it, rather than having tiles up. But anyway, just go through those views again. So we've looked at floor plan views, 3D views, so they generate, you can generate them yourself from here. If we go to view, 3D view, so if we, okay, so anyway, these views are all created by coming into the floor plan there and going into the you go into camera view, you can take a shot from there. We just created that one there, yeah.
Cool.
So we're in that view now there. We look at all the properties here. We can change that, but I guess it's just too much to go through right now. I'll just go through the basics here. So we've looked at the elevations. We saw the sections. What else we've got here is reflected ceiling plans. So you actually have views where you look at the ceiling plan, so you're just looking at everything mirror reverse. You look up at the ceiling, so that's handy when you're installing air conditioning and lighting to the dwelling. And then detailed views. What have we got there?
One of the things I really love about it when you're making new views is that it actually categorizes them for you, doesn't it? If you make a floor plan view, like it will, when you do the copy with detailing, or you pull a new elevation, it will pop up in the view.
Yeah.
Or in the plan.
Yeah. Sorry, what are you meaning?
So when you're in plan and if you draw a section line,
yeah,
and it will pop it into underneath the section, you'll see the new section there.
Okay, so if we go to film architecture, I think it is. Is it architectural views?
You just
Section.
get a section and you draw a section line through the plan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then
And
section
so
one.
you see it
Section
popping
one.
up there, it's already in there, section 1, and there it is.
Yeah.
You know, so you can pick where your section comes through.
So we also have two-dimensional stuff we can work in. There should be one called drafting views, which I can't see it in here. It's referred to in the handout, but it could be these detail views. So these would be, no, that's 3D as well. Yeah. So these are actually just details, so you can generate details as well out of off the floor plan, same as we did the
But the details can be plan details, they could be
Yeah.
section details, and you have to pick what one it's going to be. But if you just want to do a plan detail
yeah.
of corner of the building, something like that.
So that's actually still in 3 dimensions. I'm just not sure what this all means. But schedules are pretty good where it generates schedules in Revit. So there's an area where you can create floor areas. I don't even want to try with this desktop because I'm just not familiar with it. But you can create floor areas very easily, and then it'll give you a schedule of floor areas, which is really good. You can split it up into garage, living areas, patios, al frescos, and even room areas. So that's a really good way of laying it out for the client and the builder. Schedules, you can also have window schedules, so as you install windows, doesn't appear to be anything there, but when you install your windows, it's automatically collecting that information, and you generate schedules and put them into your drawing sheets. And you should also be able to put information on there. So that's a tag for that window. So there should be a schedule somewhere around it. It'll show you window number 46 and give you a full description of what it is. I can't see where those schedules are in here though. So in the browser here, we've also got the drawing sheets. So these drawing sheets are just, once again, just looking into the
It's a bit like paper space in your CAD. So this is where we're going to go in and where the title block will be, and where you'll set up your views of your drawings for printing purposes. So that's under Sheets in the project browser.
So we can import sheets in there, so that one's in there already, which is level 1, and then we'll just put that copy that I did and we can drop it in there.
So just drag and drop. You know, making viewports like CAD, we just drag our view over and pop it in.
So that's the view sheets. So when you go to printing, it'll just give you the option there. You can print the whole set, and it'll print it out into one PDF, so it's pretty handy.
So when you drop it in, can you adjust the scale?
Yeah, you can over
okay,
here,
that's cool.
yeah. So you did right, that's quite fun. You can, so that's the same floor plan with different scales. So it tells you there, that's 1:200, that one's 1:100, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it is good. Especially for site plans, if you have really large blocks, it's hard to know what scale to use. You just pop it on there and just play around to get the scale that just fits the drawing sheet nicely.
Yeah.
It's really handy.
And it adjusts all the text and all your dimensioning and all that without having to think about setting scales and what size your sheets are. You just set up your sheet. So in there, you really want to have your title block, and that's why we set that up in the template. You want to have your title block in there and your sheet size already set up.
Can you set up the text and everything in the sheet view, or you have to go back into your other view?
To do text?
Yeah.
You would do text in the floor plan view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can actually put text on top here if you wanted to,
Yeah. Nice.
but it's not normal to put it in there, so you can actually put text in there.
There's no issue with, I think what you're referring back to is when in AutoCAD we used to do all our texting in paper space. It's not like that at all. It's so intuitive and it's so reading the scale that it will just update all of that once you set a scale in your the properties of your view.
Yeah.
So generally you don't do any drawing work in the sheets. You just import your views and you do all the editing in the views.
Okay.
So each view you can do stuff. I mean, occasionally you'll get something that's just a bit too hard to model, and then you can just fudge it a bit. That sort of happens a lot. if you had a 3D view there, I mean an elevation there, and you didn't want to see that window, you can just put a region. You just what do I do? Oh, so it's doing it now. Right, so we've got to just get that. Sorry, I just don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's locked in
We need
there.
a land quick in it, we just got them in this morning.
Yeah, so I'm just so used to
Here's
the
the
desktop,
screen.
it's a mess.
It'll take a bit of getting used to.
Problem is now it's creating a region and I can't cancel that because I can't see it.
Oh, is that yet?
Oh yeah. What does that do?
Just goes back.
Are you trying
Reverse
to
what you
finalize
did.
what you've done?
There you go.
Yeah.
You go to the you had a, like a modifier.
What is that? Where's modify?
Well, it's not there now, but when you were drawing, you had it there.
Oh yeah.
Can you, if you do undo or?
I'll just do that region again, yeah. So the masking, you just hide things and then you can just draw 2D over the top. So I'm just saying if there's something wrong with that window, we wanted to hide it.
Yeah. Once you finish drawing it, go to the modifier and there's that blue tab. Keep going. Going to your
Keep
right.
going to your right. Modify,
Yep,
yep,
click.
done.
Double click on the actual tab or double click maybe on
Which tab?
where the writing is.
Where it says
Modify,
modify.
create, I think.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, well
Click on
done,
it, yeah.
you're right.
That's what you're missing out on.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so that's done it. So it's masked out that window, but you can still see those lines. You can actually hide them as well if we, anyway. Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know how, but normally you can edit it so you can make the border lines invisible, and then you don't see it at all. And then you can just draw 2D lines over there and change it. So quite often when you're modeling, it's nice to have a complete model, make it perfect, so you just view it.
Yeah.
But sometimes
if I
it's...
want to change like the size of the window or anything, but they still want the original. then
Oh, no.
That comes in handy.
No, we can easily change windows, but if sometimes it's just hard to model things, like if there's some really fancy window or just some detail you couldn't do, you just draw it in 2D and you just sort of fudge it. It's just because otherwise you take too long. But that window there is a standard window and there's only one in there, so we can't change it. We could change it to Scala, but you can't do
So this is where it comes to, you want to load all those families into your template,
Yeah.
because then you'd have a selection of windows that you could change it to. Yeah. So
So,
before next week, so what Chris has just demonstrated there today is pretty much in these notes. And if you want to, before this time next week, just have a read of those handouts that we gave you this morning, just the basic terms that we'll be talking about next week, the project browser, the view, and just have a look at it in Revit, and also do your downloading at home on Revit. And it talks about the relationships between the levels and the views, creating new levels and families, and we will be looking and doing that together next week. In the meantime, all you need to do is just read the notes. That's it. You can have a play around if you want, but it's not the kind of program that you can really learn by just playing around. That's why you're here. And that's why next week we'll be going through each of those things step by step. What you saw today, you're not expected to know how to do that at the end of today. All you're expected to do is just have been introduced to it, read the notes, and we'll begin next week. All right, we might leave it there for today. Has anyone got any further questions about Revit or anything connected?